Hi, Jeremy Cordeaux in the Court of Public Opinion. I'm just on air here to let you know that we'll be live streaming the Court of Public Opinion every Friday between 9 o'clock and 12 on jeremycordeaux.com. Please join us. We'd love to have you.
Hey Adelaide, it's your boy Con from BTC, Brighton Trophy Centre.
You ready, man?
And now it's time for BTM.
The place to be. It's about that time.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You want yourself a horny MC at the footy? You go do yourself a showdown game, girl. Yeah.
Thank you so much to Con and Lena at Brighton Trophy Centre, Steve the Pirate, Mind and Movement Physio, Shifty Lizard Brewing. These guys are legends. Everybody's a legend. Thanks for joining Best Team Mates. My name is Jared Walsh. He's Andy Mutton. How you going, brother?
G'day, guys. How you going? It's been 2 weeks, and what a 2 weeks it's been.
It's been a very long time. Matty Burgess, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Rosie Panetta, you are about to do something which you haven't done yet on this podcast. And no, we're not talking about not eating with your mouth full. Wait, eating with your mouth full, talking with... Anyway, just do it. Yeah!
Hello. I missed your faces.
Cheers.
Does that technically mean it's a... what do we call it? Booze
team mates.
Well,
Yeah, it's half.
Yeah, half of them are doing it.
We're going to be at Shifty Lizard in June.
Drinking an easy
So in a
ale.
few weeks,
Nice.
which is very exciting. Guys, we have so much to get to. Can I quickly just start off before we go around the table and talk about how our weeks have been? You played that jingle in the intro that you want yourself a horny MC.
Yeehaw.
Okay, so it was last Saturday night. Again, I messaged Andy Martin from the middle of Adelaide Oval and wrote, Andy, Rosie's horny again at the football. Because this is what happened.
I couldn't sleep all night after that.
I was being extra careful as well.
This is what happened in our introduction. So...
Oh, no, okay,
Hang
no,
on,
last
yeah.
week went
Tough
south,
out.
yeah.
Can we talk about the Port Adelaide Football Club merchandise this year? It's a little bit different. So last year they were with ISC and that's changed. This year they've gone to Macron, which is traditionally like a soccer
Oh, yeah, we put them in the
manufacturer.
top of little Boxco boxes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, not
I
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of Adelaide Oval. We're about to do our introduction, and I've noticed that Rosie's actually changed over her Port Adelaide merchandise. At the start of the season, we get a polo shirt, a jacket, a beanie and stuff. What was the issue with yours, Rosie?
Like all the sizes they give me are too big.
And what about
I
with the
look like
clothes?
a child.
Okay.
I look like a child, and they underestimate how small I am.
Yes. So we changed over, and Rosie got some new merchandise, which was
a brand new the new jacket.
in what size?
No, okay, I need to confirm it was not a child size. It was just an extra small woman's, which would fit probably a large child.
Yeah. So
It was a 4-0.
in the introduction, I said on the microphone, Rosie is showcasing the new Port Adelaide merchandise and all the kids wear, which was one thing. But then Rosie said...
But before the mics went on, Jared said, "Oh, quick, get a photo." And for some reason, you flashed your socks, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
that
glad
is-
you said socks then.
Yeah.
Well,
Change one letter and you got something else.
which letter?
The first one.
why is Jared showing his shocks?
You need to know that before you hear this.
Well, Rosie, in front of a large crowd at Adelaide Oval on the microphone, there's 3 big screens there.
Yeah.
Rosie pointed towards my groin area and said, "Oh, Jared, looks like you're double socking tonight."
Was there much feedback from the crowd on that?
I was looking at your feet, and unfortunately, your man bits are on the way to your feet. Anyway,
Thank
On the
you.
way.
You're very well hung. So,
I'm glad they're on the way there.
Yeah, so Sexy Rosie made an appearance. There's another Port Adelaide game this Sunday. We will find out what happens then, because it accidentally happens with Rosie, and that is why we love you. There's more of that to come a little bit later on, so to speak. Andy, how's your week been, mate?
it's been pretty full on. Poor little George was in hospital for half the week. Sick. She got heaps sick. They thought it was pneumonia. Turns out it was like 2 viruses and her body couldn't handle it, so she was in there for a little bit. But now, unfortunately, I don't know if you've come across this, Jared, with Rain. Has she ever gone to hospital before?
Yeah, it's
when
the
she was younger?
worst. It's the worst, yeah.
Did she have some sort of like thing that came out of the end where she was doing something different afterwards? Like,
What do you mean, like
extra-
speaking Spanish?
like speaking Spanish?
Si, senor.
No, like tantrums or like night terrors and
No,
stuff like
she's
that.
always had tantrums, yeah.
Okay, all right. So it was basically Georgia came home and it's essentially like if you went across overseas and you had a holiday, came back, and your first night when you come back, you're jet lagged, and when you go to sleep, you may wake up still thinking you're there.
Yes.
Yep.
And you have this little freak out moment. So she's been having these night terrors because of, they had to put needles in her and all that sort of stuff. So she just wakes up like crying and very angry. You can't calm her down. But she's been swearing so much more.
What? So
since
are
she's
you
come
saying?
back.
Are you saying the medical
is-
professionals where you took your child was swearing their mouths off?
Andy, that is...
Andy's just been walking around the home with a microphone.
You cannot say that with a straight face. You know, that is
I do
bullshit what you just said, right?
I do remember the phone call I had with you yesterday, and I was quite colourful.
Can I please raise the curtain on that?
You can raise whatever you want in
We,
here.
we had a phone conversation
Yes.
last night,
Yeah.
and Andy's there, and I'm talking to Andy. The kids are in the background. The amount of swear words that Andy said, and then went to his daughter and said, "Hey, Georgia, what's a swear word?" And she's like, "What, Daddy?" And he's like, No, fuck's sake.
And,
Andy just kept going on like we were at the pub at 2 a.m, and he's like, "Oh yeah, so I wonder why the kids start swearing."
blame the hospital.
Blames it on the doctors.
So this was last night in the bath, and the kids were having baths. So the two girls were in the bath, and I'm there sort of making sure they don't drown. And
Responsible parenting.
Correct.
Yeah.
And George was like, "Can I have a flannel? Like a face washer, right?"
Yep.
And I was like, "No, you can't. I'll get you one in a sec." And she goes to me, "I'll beat you." And I was like, "Far out." Not only do you swear, but you're violent. And then she goes, "I'll punch you really hard."
Where is she getting
I don't
this?
know. I don't
Has she
like
been watching UFC on the weekends?
Well,
or-
funnily enough, she then goes, and I was like, "What? The what?" The UFC octagon. Yeah. And I was like, but I have a secret shame, and I sometimes watch some UFC, like when she's not
Have
there.
you got microphones on at your house all the time?
I tend to. It's more for the lawyers. But she's been like quite violent and swearing a lot since she got back from hospital.
The phone call was very confronting last night. But thank you. I hung up that phone and I'm like, oh, we've got very different parenting styles. Which is like, my daughter comes in and goes, "Daddy, I've got a bad thing to tell you." I'm like, "What?" I said, "What the heck today?" I'm like, "Oh," and someone said stupid. I'm like, "Well, you should have a chat to Andy and find out what real talk is."
Come over here to Uncle Andy. No, well, there's one thing that she does do, and because the boys go to a Catholic school, the younger one is very sort of like, I guess, very Catholic, has taken on what he's been taught. So whenever I say, "Oh my God," like at home, I'll either get the younger boy or Georgia turning around and going, "Daddy, that is so wrong."
This is the child who
should
says,
say, "Oh my gosh," and this is Georgia saying that to me. And then sometimes Luca, the younger one, will go, "You need to say a prayer now to apologise for using the name in vain."
Take
I was like, "What?
us through your prayer, mate.
"Wow." Oh, yes, please.
Dear God, fuck's sake. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, thank you for that, Andy Martin. We're going to get to everybody else's life update in a second. And if we go through like the table of contents for today, there's a fair bit going on. So we have a brand new Shifty sound, which we have a Shifty sound voucher to give away. Which
Is it recorded?
awesome. Yeah, it's been recorded. It's done. It's ready to go.
Look at you,
Were you part of that process, Rosie? Because I wasn't.
Yeah, no.
No, neither was I. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, it was just me, was it? Okay, I better organise that then.
We have the quiz, we have the jingle game, the best team 8, Sexy Sam, plenty more. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved on social media. You can follow us, I think. We're best teammates on Twitter, I think. What are we still that on all the socials as well?
Changed, yeah.
So that is very exciting. What wasn't exciting over the weekend, guys, was Matt Burgess and I ended our friendship.
What?
It's done.
Oh, guys.
The Ball brothers are no longer happening.
Double B.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the ABC breakfast show.
Okay. Look, I work with conflict resolution among girls, so
Okay.
let's talk about what happened, guys. Using I words, not you words. What happened?
I hate Matt.
And that's fair enough, guys. Yeah.
Matt's like, I don't think that's what we're talking
Wait,
about.
there's
But
I
anyway.
in there, right? There's no I in team, but there's a U in the C word, so stop being one.
Well, I don't know what I've done wrong.
No, okay, so
I do.
I'll break this down, and I'm not a gambler. Right, I was really confronted on Friday when I had to go work at an event at Sky City, and at 10
Hang on
o'clock.
a minute. You're not a gambler. You send text to Matt going, hey, mate, can you chuck $20 on blah, blah?
Glad you raised that.
right.
So
I'll raise another thing.
I walked through the casino, which at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning is a really confronting thing because no one's there apart from some people who are trying to win lots of money for particular reasons. It really hits you in the face. So I'm kind of lucky that I'm not really connected to aggressive gambling because some people are, and it's a really bad and painful addiction. But there is the other side of it where people like to have a bet just to have a little bit of fun. If you can balance that, fantastic. For some reason this week, all I was thinking was the Adelaide Crows are playing Melbourne at Adelaide Oval, right? Melbourne had won 9 in a row. The Crows had lost the last 5. I thought, okay, so it's going to be a warm Saturday afternoon. Melbourne winning every game to this point. There's going to be a time when they lose. The Crows play okay at home. They haven't been playing that badly. We'll have a look at the odds. So I sent messages to 2 different people, a group of friends in a WhatsApp group and also to Matt saying, what are the odds of Adelaide winning this game? And I think it worked out to be about $4 that they were on. So I, as a non-gambler, was considering putting $40, $50 on the Crows winning. Because then there's a really nice return, and that's the most aggressive gambling I've ever done.
I don't do maths. Is that a couple of hundred?
It's $200.
Yeah.
$200.
Actually, that was really easy maths.
Handy
I
look.
regret saying that.
Handy little pickup.
Very nice pickup, and it's a big risk because apart from the things that I just said, there's actually nothing to identify why the Crows on a 5-game losing streak would beat Melbourne, who'd won 9 in a row. But I just thought it anyway. So I messaged one group of people, and then I messaged Matt. And your response, Matt, was?
Well, you asked me to put the money on for you, and I said I couldn't do it.
So Matt couldn't do it. And
Can I explain why I couldn't do it?
Of course.
Okay,
Of course.
so I recently my credit card that was attached to my Sportsbet account had expired, and NAB had sent me out a new one, and I tried to connect it to my Sportsbet account, but I didn't know that banks send you out cards now with gambling restrictions on them.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I had to email NAB and say, can you please lift this gambling restriction?
For Walshy's bet.
Yeah, and they write back to you, all right, gambler. Yeah, and it takes 48 hours for them to actually come back with a response. And the game happened within that 48-hour time frame.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and look,
I thought it was just the fact that you're just emotional about the Crows not
No.
winning or something.
No,
You're
no,
a
no.
Melbourne supporter.
the moral of the story.
Get your own account.
Stop being a fiend.
The Crows actually won by a point.
Yeah.
And so both parties didn't put betting on. And at that point when I realised the bets weren't put on, I was thinking, it's okay because the Crows aren't going to win anyway. And by the time it got to a very controversial point that the Crows won by, I'm like, oh, shit.
My phone blew up.
Does the
I
amount
think I sent you abusive
Yeah,
messages.
I copped it. Yeah.
does the amount of money they win because it was such a close game and it was such a close game right up until the point, is it worth more or is it still the same?
No, it's
when
still
when
the
you
same.
put it in, right?
If you put the bet on early enough, it's the same. And I'm not overly emotional about it, but I just for some reason thought they were going to do it. And I think it's because we used to do a multi, right,
Yeah.
before some people stole it. And we never won or got really close to winning. So the feeling of going, we're a chance here, and then it getting taken
Yeah.
away, that's just the
just
story
it's
of
just
how
a-
best teammates started, really.
It's a moment of could have been for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Like-
it just never happened. So I'm still never gambling it. My wife actually said, do you want me to open a sports bet account? I'm like, no, I don't want. So, Rosie, you're going to open a sports bet
love.
account.
Okay, no, yeah, sure, all right.
It is love.
Where's my phone?
Let's continue the theme about winning things. We'll go into the Shifty sound because it's time to win a Shifty Lizard voucher.
The Shifty Sound.
Okay, so we had a Shifty sound for about 6 weeks. And it caused a stir on social media. Josh Miller ended up winning. It was spinning a bottle on Mount Franklin water bottle. I've had three sips.
Say that again,
I've had
please.
3
It
sips.
could be because it sounded nothing like the thing it was. Potentially because we recorded it in such dodgy circumstances.
Yeah, so to Danny and Lee and the team at Shifty Lizard, thank you very much for supporting
It was
us.
in the studio.
They surprised Con with the carton of Shifty Lizard to Con and Lena at Brighton
I saw
Travis, and he
that.
was
What
blown away.
legends.
Crackers Gordon, who is one of our listeners,
Crackers!
said that Con, like the look on Con's face was priceless. But I'm trying to work out how Crackers knew, whether Crackers was the person who delivered the Shifty Lizard, or does Crackers work for Shifty Lizard?
Sure.
I don't know. There's a lot of listener stuff going on. I met Stu back at this event I was working. He came up and said, Jared, and I looked at him like, yes. And he said, it's Stu Backer from Twitter. I'm like, he's a lovely guy. It was very nice. So, Andy, you recorded this sound. Can you talk us through?
Yeah, literally, I looked around the office, went, fuck, we're going to find a sound.
Okay, so you've given half of it away. There's the clue.
But
We could make people think this office is full of wondrous things.
Yeah.
It could
It
be anything.
Is it a
right?
dildo? Like,
It
first
could
clue
be
is
a
from this
unicorn.
office. I was going to use that wobbly dildo, but I decided not to. So I put that back.
where did you put it? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, right.
No,
Not with the fire extinguisher.
No, on the inner shelf. Everyone knows about shelving, guys? You know about the inner shelf. All right. Who wants to hear the new sound?
Yeah.
Here we go. I haven't heard it produced, so we'll see how we go.
Wait a second. Oh, my God.
That's what it was.
Can you please play that again?
Jeez.
Oh, gee. It's turned up a lot. You can tell.
It's
A bit furry on the other sound, isn't it?
it's something with static.
Yeah.
It's what that
Well,
is.
there's a clue. Yeah. Oh, good.
wow.
Laugh over it. Yep.
Are you playing Trouble?
No, I'm not playing Trouble.
Hungry Hippos?
Okay, have a listen. Hashtag
tennis?
the Shifty Sound.
Yes.
Hashtag the Shifty Sound. We will take all of your guesses. And let's say you can have 2 guesses each per week. Because we want to give this away within a week. So, hashtag the Shifty Sound. There's still a lot more to come on Best Team Mates. I've missed you guys. I feel like this is going to be a really long episode because there's so much stuff to get through. Before we get into Sexy Sam, do you want to give us an update on what's going on with your life, Maddie?
No, there's nothing really going on. No, not really, guys. I like to scroll through the internet, and I found a quite weird news story actually that had popped up during the week in Poland. Obviously, things happen over there.
Great strip club.
Yeah, can't be explained.
Pole position.
Right.
That's one in
Thank you
Melbourne.
for explaining all your jokes to me today. I appreciate it.
Hey, Rosie, that's the strip joint.
What happens there, Andrew?
Well, ladies and dudes go up and down the pole for money. I don't know if the dudes do.
Yeah, I haven't really seen him.
That was that one time I got up there. And,
Yeah. So,
and also up on stage.
I won't read the headline, but I'll read the first couple of lines. A Polish Animal Welfare Society received a call about a mysterious animal stuck in a tree that happened to turn into in fact was a croissant.
What?
Yep. A concerned woman called the Animal Protection Society about a creature that had been stuck in a tree opposite her block for 2 days. Come and get him, the woman reportedly told them on the phone, and it was a croissant.
Wow.
It wasn't actually an animal.
What kind of animal did she think it was?
I'm not sure.
What animal looks like a croissant?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But she did. She went on to say that everyone's afraid of him and you must come and get him out of the tree.
A dwarf armadillo?
Oh my God, you can't say that. A little person, armadillo.
She thought it was an iguana.
And I called it an armadillo. I don't know
She
what I'm
thought
saying.
it was an iguana.
Okay, I've got a question. So, from this story out of Poland,
Yeah.
and you said croissant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you ever associate?
Poland.
No, there's a croissant in the tree.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Listen to this.
What's going on, guys?
do you ever associate with people who make sure they say the authentic name of what they are ordering when you go
croissant.
out? So, I'd like a croissant. I went out with my father-in-law last week, and we went to this Spanish place up in Tanunda. And there was something with chorizo in it, and he's like, "I'll have this with the chorizo, please."
Oh my God.
And he's from London. I'm like,
I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it in Spanish.
Yeah, say it again.
chorizo.
I would have thought you would have gone like chorizo.
I know, but that's like when
Pretty
you
sure
said
you
it.
made that up.
I think so. Little box code doing the macaroons. Yeah, macaroons.
No, we put chorizo in it as well. but you know, like some people go complete opposite way. So like the old Arsenal footballer Thierry Henry, like no, his name's Terry Henry.
Terry Henry, yeah. Or, when you're at Subway and you heard people order the jalapeno.
Kira called him a jalapeno once.
Is this a bad time to admit that I used to try and order pistachio ice cream?
Get out.
Oh, really?
Isn't a pistachio like a, how do I get around this one? An Italian nut?
Yeah, but that's why the Kurt.
No, that's Christopher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. No, because the CH sound is a Kurt, and I said it, and then people just never understood me, so I went back to
Did they
saying
correct you or they just go along with it?
They went, so pistachio, and I was like,
that's a bit
how
condescending.
dare
Well, I don't know if I
you.
said this one. Up until I was 23, I thought it was Theosaurus.
Like a dinosaur.
I called it a Theosaurus until
No,
then.
I thought I was pretty similar with that. I get
Yeah.
in trouble because I say pronunciation, not pronunciation.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a bit
ironic,
important.
isn't it?
Irony. The other one is paella. It's paella.
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 yeah,
Paella. Can I have a paella, thanks?
Yeah. What, your knee bone?
I think it's your
Is it your
patella.
knee? Oh, okay.
In your leg, are you close?
Yeah.
Great. I have no idea.
I'm a
You were
doctor.
also on another podcast last week.
Yeah,
What was
I
that
was.
experience like?
It was interesting. So apparently, well, not apparently, I did ask them if I could come on and defend myself. They had a crack at my footy side.
Yeah, you did ask them. You told us on our
yeah.
podcast that you were going to ask
Yeah,
them.
so I said, get me on. And then on the Tuesday night, when we were meant to go in there, I was sitting at home playing PlayStation because no one had contacted me from a week earlier.
Yeah.
And Jace was like, you far away? I'm like, I'm sitting at home. And he goes, well, we're waiting for you. We thought you were coming in. And I said,
Can't even defend your own footy team. Come on.
No one even bloody contacted me and said it was 100% happening. So, yeah, I put my little slippers on and drove down there at 8 o'clock at night. And, yeah, I went in.
And
got there, and a wife beat her.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that.
I can't say that. So I got in there about 8:40 and they drilled me for about half an hour and then we did the podcast.
Yeah, it was a real interesting experience listening to it because I reckon you held your own at the start or you took a while to warm up.
Yeah.
Because they were having a fair crack at you.
Yeah, they did warn me that they were going to get right into me about it. So.
Yeah, but they were having a crack at you. Rosie, Matt coaches the Yanker Lilla Yabbies in football, and they've been...
My favourite animal to represent a team
Exactly.
The old Yanklilla yard glasses.
The way that you explained your situation for the team was outstanding because Matt's obviously coaching a team where players, a lot of them are fly in, fly out, so you're not going to have a full team all the time. So that obviously affects the performance when
What's
you
your
get people
budget
coming.
like if you got FIFO bloody running? Oh, yeah, we got a few guys in from Sydney for the weekend.
So how did you go on the weekend?
So my B grade side, we lost.
Yeah.
We played a top 3 team. We only lost by 3 goals. We actually played
Yeah,
really
that's
well.
good.
So we play the bottom team next week, who also haven't won a game. So that's going to be a very interesting.
I want to come and watch your team.
Yeah, I'd love you to come and watch.
We, for the past year, have said that we're going to go support the Port Pirates. Shout out to the Skeff as well for the Port Pirates, playing his 300th game this weekend,
Yep.
which is pretty good.
We haven't seen one of them.
We haven't seen any of the games. I haven't even heard. No, I have heard from the Skeff. He asked for tickets to something. I think.
Here's a really ordinary question.
Yeah.
If you've played 300 games and you haven't gone pro, probably time to give up. No.
That's a statement, not a question.
I put a question mark on it. It was just a thought that came to my mind.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh! All right, let's go into Sexy Sam because there's been a lot of sexy stuff on the Press Box app, especially in the episode that our very own Matt Burgess was in. Andy, we got a few grabs to play from the last Press Box app. They're approaching their 100th episode. I have to send them a voice memo later. Maybe we can do that as a collective once we finish recording to say congratulations. Let's do Sexy Sam.
Sexy Sam.
I can't really remember the context of all of these because there was no context. So I reckon, Andy, you can lead this and just play what we got.
These are good. Okay, the first one is an absolute belter. I'm just going to get into it because it's a juicy one.
I'll just have a bit of scene for dinner. Sexy Dale.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So this is a hard-hitting sports podcast.
Yes.
They talk about sport, but sometimes they say sexy things. And I don't know. I've gone without food for a long time, but I never crave. So, can you play that one again? Because I
I'll
certainly
just have
haven't
a bit of
craved.
scene for dinner.
Yeah.
Is that a type of fish?
No.
Well,
I mean, it is salty, I guess.
I'll just have a bit of scene for dinner.
So gross. What do we got next?
All right, here we go. I'll come. No.
Wrong order. I should have went the other way around.
No, but I've got to play the full thing.
Okay.
I'll come. I won't. And here's a classic from Jace.
Now we know how we love a good, rude,
Sexy Jace.
It's a very sexy podcast.
It is, isn't it?
We didn't get a sexy Matt out of his episode.
No, I was very careful with
Yeah,
what I said.
Matt goes in. He's actively listening to what he's saying
That's
the
right.
whole time,
Yeah.
just in case there is no re-recording when it comes to our very
Has
own
there ever
Matt
been any
Burgess.
comment from Pressbox about this segment?
No, they don't really give us too much feedback. We don't even know
That's a
if they
shame.
listen to us anymore. I think Sam listens to our podcast and he enjoys it. And
Who did we see at the footy that gave you a wave? I thought that was one of the
Warren
members.
Treadray.
No, they were in the crowd. You were like, hey, and you were like, they're
Oh,
from
that
the
was Hutto.
Hutto.
Jack Hutto. The guy looks like Rowie.
I didn't look at him that closely, but I thought he was from that podcast, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. So, no, they listen to the podcast and they're good people. We'll get to that a little bit later on. I actually want to find out what's going on with your life at the moment, Rosie. Can we get an update from you, please? We're jumping around a little bit, but that's okay. That's what we do. I'm going to have another drink.
So weird to follow on from that. No, can I spruik something on this podcast?
Oh, yeah, do it.
Which is
Little
really...
Box Co. Check it out, littleboxco.com.au.
I bought my first Little Box Co. over
I
the
know.
weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, I bought it for someone else. It was.
You said that one was under Chris?
Yeah, that
Can,
was.
can Andy, can you tell Rosie the delivery you had to make?
Yaz had to do a delivery to Nova yesterday.
Disclose who it was to and who it was from.
No, that's part of the
that's part of
privacy
the
policy.
contract,
Okay, so we'll do it off air. Okay.
And also, I guess I'll let you know what the actual sender was too. What?
Have any credit card details.
So, Spruik, a little event that I am getting involved with next week. So it's winter here in, it's almost winter.
Yeah.
June kicks off, next week some point? I don't know, I don't have a calendar in front of me. And Christopher and I are getting involved with a sleep out for a local charity they're called Cafe Outside the Square. So they've been operating as a cafe here on,
Isn't it Hurdle Square?
Hurdle Square isn't a square in Adelaide.
Isn't it? I made that up.
No, it's, oh my God, I've had a mental blank. It's right next to one of the men's shelters. So
Light Square?
No.
Henley Square?
No, it's that one near CMI Toyota.
Whitmore.
Whitmore.
Oh, we got there.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, so anyway, it's happening next Thursday night. So I think the goal is to raise $100,000. So these guys run a kitchen and they supply all these other shelters. So they supply food for like Vinnie's and a few others, like just a bunch of shelters right around Adelaide. And so, yeah, we're all sleeping out on Thursday night. I think it's about 50 of us sleeping
You
out.
sleep out for the whole night.
Yeah, and so Christopher has been working with the blokes who set up this cafe, now a charity, for a couple of years. And yeah, so they're aiming for 100,000. Chris and I are aiming to raise 3,000 for that. So I got like a week and a bit left. So
Have you got links that we can share on our socials?
Yeah, I've got a link up on my Insta, but I'll share it with you guys and you can put it up. Yeah, so we're just like raising some money because I mean, last year was tough and I feel like it was shit for a lot of people. But like I keep thinking like the best way that I always get over shit times is like gratitude, right? And then helping other people helps you, appreciate everything in your life. And yeah, last year was shit. Imagine having to go through 2020 and this whole COVID pandemic, having no idea where you're going to sleep or where you're going to get your next hot meal. So, thinking about that, we were like, bloody oath, let's get on board. Let's sleep out. It's going to be cold. I mean, you know how much I whinge at the footy games about how cold I get.
Just don't say anything like
It's
the
18.
people you're next to, oh, you're double socking there, eh? No,
I'll be triple sogging that night.
Whoa. What are their names?
If you can get behind it in any way, or even just drop into the cafe at some point if you're ever around that area, I'd appreciate it.
Do you guys, when you walk around Adelaide, you notice there's obviously homelessness is pretty severe.
And there's pockets. There's definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes is it Fred's van goes out at night time?
Yep.
And you can see the lineup of people, so how heavily it's affected. I wanted to ask you about the sleeping out throughout the evening, because when I was in radio, one of the people I was working with did a homeless sleep out, but I didn't know to what effect that was because she was there with a security guard for the whole night. Mm-hmm. That's not like sleeping out homeless for the night. Like literally the sleep out was with a security guard under the lights of Hello Sarnie in Gawler Place. Like, so I understand the way that you're doing it is going to be a lot less protected like that.
Oh, but no, I think it's going to be a group of us.
Definitely.
It's different to the CEO sleep out, which is quite large.
Yes.
It's a smaller group. We're doing it we're doing it out at Ayers House. So like on the lawns of Ayers House, which is quite a privileged position.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if you don't know Adelaide, it's like a really established, beautiful building. So I think we're going to be on lawns out the front of there.
I mean, you guys can have our wedding there at the same time. That'll save some cash.
there might be a cook up in the morning. So do you want to just get the rings ready next Thursday night? So yeah, I mean, by no means am I saying this is how life is.
No, but one night doing it, then it will give you the possibility to step away and go, wow, one night was pretty tough, but we have no idea what tough is to the people. This is the norm for some people.
You got to find your spot. Even Chris and I doing it together, I'm like, that's a privilege. Like we get to, if we're cold, we can snuggle each other, but hopefully, I mean, unless,
what else?
I'm not suggesting any hanky-panky is happening at a charity.
I was going to say, like, can you get cups of coffee together? I don't know. Like, what?
People would be doing it alone. So.
Are you sure you're going to a sleep out and not an orgy?
Yeah.
No, but well done, Rosie. That's very good of you to do that. And you saw, like, we're recording on what day is it today? Tuesday. It pissed down with rain this morning. You don't know what it's going to be like when it gets to winter as well. So it's going to be pretty full on. And I'm glad you're doing it that way because I was like, lifting the curtain on the radio side of things when we did it for that radio thing. So I was working with Dylan and Hayley then. Dylan decided to take that week off. So, and that was such an important thing for Hayley to do. And that really, it really impacted Hayley doing that night and then coming back the next morning straight from there to see that how lucky we have it and to actually have that gratitude. But again, that's from a position of we are there sleeping with like in the streets with Nova staff around you with a security guard. That's a really controlled environment. You guys are less controlled. Then you go to the even less controlled, which is reality. So there's actually layers of elements of what people experience. We're literally sitting in a room that has air conditioning if we want it, wearing clothes that don't stink and that are washed. Like that's just simple stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that.
Yes,
do you know where we can go online for details?
It's called Soup and Sleep is the official name. And Cafe outside the square are running it. So if you Google any of those, otherwise, I'll chuck you a link. We'll put up on the Best Teammates socials and
all right.
Any way you can help.
Let's go into the Best Team 8 with plenty more to come on Best Teammates.
The Best Team 8.
We're best teammates, and so we came up with this segment called Best Teammate because we're clever. We go through a list of 8 things. This week, have we agreed it is the best jingles of all time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. I've sent some to Andy. I forgot what I've sent you, so let's see how we go.
Fun.
So we go around the group.
Yep. Who wants to start? Matt, I feel like you always start.
Yeah, I'll go.
I like this. Yeah.
This is my first
Give
one.
us some context about why you love it too.
I don't know. It's just one of those ones that gets stuck in your head after you've heard it once or twice, and I feel like it was one of those ones that got smashed through my junior years, and it's just one of those ones.
Lubmobile will come to you on 133032.
Tell me more.
Lubmobile.
Lubmobile can do the lots.
All more offers on the spot.
Oh, he went the full song. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
no, this bit.
133032.
For everything mechanical, we've got it.
They'll fix the car.
Lubmobile will come to you 133032.
That's 133032.
That is very nice. A very weird business name. Let's be honest.
I don't know what they do, guys.
Yeah. I mean, now if we as adults said, "Oh, we're gonna have a party, let's get the Lubmobile around," it's very weird.
You know that there's a bowl in the middle of the room where you chuck your keys.
And the
Off
lube.
you go.
Andy Martin, over to you, my friend. What do you got?
All right, I'm going to go to something that is also part of my childhood. Yeah. And I'm just going to press play. Okay. All right, here we go.
My dad fixed the food. It goes to Coddy's. Like the
Yep, there you go.
That is a very good one. I had the same one as you, Matt, with Lubmobile. So I'm going to go to my second one. It's okay. I'll be able to find another one. So back in the 90s, there were, remember Dougie, the Pizza Hut
boy.
guy? Yeah. So this was, I reckon, just around the time of Dougie. Bless you.
Thank you.
But he had obviously a big profile, and they needed to find ways of how to advertise delivery when it came to Pizza Hut, because it was a new thing in the 90s, and this was the ad.
Sorry, that was...
Tony. 131166. 131166.
Oh my God.
131166. Pizza Hut delivery. 131166.
I forgot this existed.
131166. Pizza Hut delivery.
Pizza Hut now delivers the 1990 Pairs deal.
Yes.
That's any 2 large pizzas you like for just $19.90. So, call Pizza Hut now on
131166.
Are they paying for this advertising or what?
No, we'd be going somewhere else. Little Box Go now delivers pizza.
Yep. No, they get your little pizzas in the kids' ones. Anyway,
Look at that. So, that one brought back some memories. What do you got, Rosie?
Can you push play on the first one I sent you, and then we'll see where we're at?
yeah, I guess we'll
Okay.
give it a crack and see what happens.
Okay.
Here we go.
Banana, banana.
Yeah.
Make those bodies sing.
Make those bodies sing.
Yeah. This is the full version as well, so feel free to fade at any point.
Make those bodies sing.
I love that they had to advertise bananas also, just in hindsight. Like, who wasn't buying bananas?
But you know how like people go like, oh, it's the banana industry that's taking down the carrot industry to sell more bananas.
Who said that?
No, when people say that about industries like the medical industry are like creating coronavirus so they sell more medical
industries is outstanding.
Mate,
Because
petrol
remember you worked in the
industry.
petrol industry,
Mate,
now you work in the carrot industry.
in the
What do you mean?
forecourt.
Yeah, just fucking roll, mate.
I'm in the fucking box industry now, you know what I'm saying?
Matty Burgess, let's keep adding to the best team 8.
The Doors Plus mid-year sale is now on. All stock has been reduced to clear. Like these internal feature doors with timber inlay down to $95.
Yeah.
Get in the swing with our huge range of bifolds from $119.
Yes.
Prices are crashing
There's a
down on
song.
solid timber entry doors from
Oh,
only
gosh.
$129. Let's
play the whole ad.
Spec with
Okay.
red light solid entry combination.
How
down
old
to
are these specials?
$779.
90s?
Locks, knobs and knockers, all priced to clear. Plus we can fit, stain and deliver. Be quick for a free measure and
Come
quote.
on.
Visit our showrooms at Granville, Punchbowl, Brookvale, Liverpool and Newcastle. Open
they're
7
everywhere.
days. Doors Plus, no fuss.
Oh, that was good.
Where's the
Yeah, good jingle.
It's supposed to go.
Doors Plus.
Doors Plus.
Yeah, no fuss.
Oh,
Not bad.
The Doors Plus birthday celebration sale is now on. Fantastic.
Let's listen to it again, guys.
Yeah, we get it.
now we know how cheap doors were in the 90s.
Andy Martin, we have 2 left on the best team 8, best jingles / commercials, best Doors Plus commercial.
Everyone knows how much I'm into sport.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Come on, Aussie,
What
come
was
on.
it for?
For cricket.
It was a porn thing, and the chick's name was Aussie.
Aussie Ostrich went out. Okay, so the last one to wrap up the best teammate. Now, this was in Tasmania, right? So there was this ad jingle. Oh, sorry, Rosie's got one as well. There was this jingle for Christian Television Association, and there was this girl dancing around singing a song, and it's just the weirdest song ever. But I'm gonna show you the video clip while I'm playing this. So this is a jingle and a song that basically is trying to get people involved with Jesus.
I've got 3 pockets in my overalls. I've got 3 pockets in my overalls. Got one on the front, one on the back, and one in the ordinary everyday regular place. On the big, one on the right,
What?
On the what?
One in the front, one in the back, and one
On the bib, I think she's saying.
everyday
We'll
regular
get back to the
place.
chorus in a second, guys.
Go back. 3.
Where did you see this?
On TV.
I've got 3 pockets in my
Normal
overalls.
TV, they're a different bunch down in Tasmania, aren't they?
Christian television?
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't normal TV.
Well, I mean, what is normal?
Okay.
They're like, when in doubt, Jesus it out.
Okay, Rosie, finish it.
Play that last one I sent you, Andy.
The last one or the
Well,
second
the
one?
second one.
Okay.
Yep.
You said 3.
I know. I sent a spare one, which is pretty good. Let's go with the second one, and I'll tell you. Yep, go.
Simmer and serve.
That's good. That's a good one.
Mum, can we have chicken tonight, tomorrow?
No, go to your room.
The one I tried to find but I couldn't find it was for a place called Mowers and Sowers,
What?
You remember that?
They sold lawn mowers and sewing machines.
It's like the husband and wife team that started the business had a fight and couldn't decide what to sell. Yeah, it's on Goodwood Road. It's
Let's think about our roles in the relationship. You are the mower and I am the sower, okay?
Mowers. And sowers. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do.
It sounds like a breakfast show. Mowers and sowers, 7 o'clock, let's go to traffic.
Here's my favourite recipe.
Oh, my God.
I've got a life update very soon, guys. We have our quiz. There's plenty more. Do you guys have to go very soon or what?
No, the parking inspector might get me at about 10 too, so we can continue.
So,
I'm done. Let's continue.
Do you want us to press pause so you can go run out and put some money in your
It's
pocket?
way too far to run. Now I'll deal with the fine.
Okay, no worries. All right, someone's doing well. Jesus, okay. So what we thought we'd do here is surprise all of our listeners. We have had a week off, and leading up to this point here on Best Teammates, it's about time we shared why we've had that week off, and that is because we have decided to come up with some brand new segments that have never been done before, and it's important that you, our trusted listener, because we only have one, is connected with what goes on with our podcast. And I think, guys, it's time that we all shared the new segments that we came up with individually, just to kind of throw it around the group to see what's going to work, what's not going to work, what's going to resonate. Are you all confident doing this now? We've had a week to work on it.
Yeah. I've really worked on this one quite hard.
Been practicing with your
Okay, so Maddie,
podcast. I don't know why I've been looking at myself.
Yeah, so this is my brand new segment.
Okay.
Pass or pass.
Yep. So my segment's Fast or Pass. You guys give me what your thoughts are on the Yumbo.
Pass.
Oh, it's a fast from me. Yeah, it looks disgusting, and I have no interest.
Hang on. No, sorry, fast. Fucking fast.
That's a great segment. I reckon that's a winner. Eddie, what's your new segment?
Mine is called
Boot of the Week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Boot of the Week.
Fun.
It's stuff that I found in someone's boot.
Okay.
And this week, I got into my uncle's boot, and I found 60 kilograms of jelly and a 12-metre rope. That's normal? Yeah. So, that's what I found in the boot this week, guys.
Was it jelly crystals or?
No, pre-made jelly. Oh, it's made it. Yeah, like it was raspberry. Yum. Yeah, just one flavour.
That's
60
a long
kilograms.
ass rope, man.
Yeah, I know, 12 metres
rope, man.
Yeah, don't ask me what he's going to do with both of those things. No.
Here is my brand new segment, guys.
Walshy's shit steaks.
There are some good steaks in Adelaide, but there's some really shit ones as well. So this is my shit steak. Rump.
Wow, okay.
I like the miss.
It's a mistake.
Yep.
Rosie, what's your segment?
All right, last one around the table. I've come up with this one.
Cold off the press.
All right, talk about things that I prefer cold. Hot tip for you all.
What? No, it's a cold tip.
Hot tip.
Stop saying tip.
On the cold front.
Yep.
Minced slices in the freezer. Do it.
Oh.
You'll thank me later.
That's good. And also the dentist will too.
Thanks, mate.
That's great. Well done. What do we think of the segment? Should we go with it?
I reckon I like it. Pretty good.
Yeah. All right, they'll come back next round. Perhaps, maybe. Who needs? Who needs?
UFC fighters, I guess. What do you call a man with no shins? Tony.
I've got to get through a fair bit of.
You could have your own jokes.
The more I think about it, the more funny it gets. Right.
Okay, so the last week for me has been pretty full on. So I did the first half of my workshop last Wednesday night, which was very nice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was very, very good. I was very nervous. Yeah, very nervous. I was very nervous, but the next half.
Good to see you got a little box for your food there, mate. That's great.
Well, I did consider that, but I ran out of time. So I actually had to organise it a couple of hours before, so I was very disappointed with
You
that.
went and got like a dozen yumbos.
Oh, imagine that. They would have had people leaving. But then the interesting occasion was on Friday. So I hosted an event for Ronald McDonald House Charities. There are about 300 people there, and it was a pretty good day, like raising heaps of money. There was a couple of things that really stood out. As the crowd gets a little bit more loose and drunker, they are harder to control, and the band is, they just go there, they perform, and they leave. So the band was the lady from The Block. Do you remember, like, back in the day, Phil and Amity on the block.
Amity Dry. Yeah.
So Amity Dry.
I don't know. Yeah. sounds like
I
a
didn't see
beer,
all
doesn't
the
it?
fringe shows.
Yeah. Just grab us a carton of Amity Dries, would you?
So she's a singer now, and she performed all of everybody else's songs on the stage, and it basically got to the auction in between the two sets of Amity Dry and her band, and the guys from Toop and Toop were there, and they were doing the auction, and I don't do anything apart from that, but what the guy said to me was... Exactly. Yeah. I had to just read out what the item was.
No, that's a race call at
No, I had to do an auction before, and I had to talk like that.
Oh, okay.
How did you do it? Show us.
I was like... Okay, guys, for the primary school here, it's $1 over here. It's a 1993 model. That's what it is. They said it was the fucking best thing they've ever seen.
Wow. Did you get asked back?
They're replacing me this year, unfortunately.
So the way that they executed the auction, they will going once, going twice, 3 times. They would hit their hand with a piece of paper and stomp like that.
Yep.
But there were 300 people there, and it wasn't having an impact. So I said, guys, I know what I'm going to do. I grabbed the microphone because I was reading out each item. I said, if you don't mind, what I'd like to do is hit the cymbal on the drum kit. I'm like, I've just noticed there's a drum kit here. I'm just going to hit the cymbal so that everyone it gets their attention because they were getting rowdy, and then people will go, that's sold. So I'm sitting at the drum kit. I've hit it once, amazing. And that's all I've done. Hit the cymbal with the drumstick. Gone into the third item.
Technique style.
Very technique, very respectful.
Loose-wristed, or was it quite powerful?
Shoulder I mean, my wrist technique I'll probably keep for after hours.
So they're quite large, so I'm assuming that's quite strong.
What are we talking about?
Hitting the drum thingy.
Okay.
Gripping your drumstick.
All right. So
sliding on the cymbal.
So sorry I took you down this road. Continue.
I'm used to it. Okay. So it got to the third auction item, which is a trip to the Margaret River in Western Australia. And you could tell they were at the point where they're going once, and then they try and get more bids. They're trying to get money up, and they were very good in how they were conducting the auction. Just as I'm about to hit the cymbal, I hear this, excuse me. I'm not looking around. What? No,
is it one of our old PDs?
Then again, excuse me. I've turned to my left, and the drummer from Amity Dry's band has said, can you please stop hitting my drum kit? And I'm like, are you being serious? I'm just hitting the cymbal. Yes, it's my drum kit. I'm like, okay, I'm really sorry. So I stood up and I started walking off the stage, and the auctioneers are going, mate, you're not hitting the drum. And I grabbed the mic. I'm like, no, I just got into trouble by Amity Dry's drummer.
You said it in front of everyone.
100%.
This is the best.
So the crowd started to get a bit rowdy at the drummer. Best. So then at the end, I've gone into the green room where they were, and I said, hey, well done, guys. That was awesome. But at the end of the event, no one would have picked up apart from myself and Hayley, who I was doing it with, who I told. And I said, thank you so much to Amity Dry and her guitarist and the keyboard player. But then, following on from that, I was about to leave because I needed to go to the basketball. So I'm walking out of the event, and this lady pulled me aside and she said, Jared, I'm so glad you're here. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for doing today. And I'm like, that's lovely. It's really kind of you. And she turned around and she said, and it's so amazing to hear you on Fresh FM in the afternoons.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I'm not on Fresh. No, you are. I listen to you all the time, and I love the banter we have. And I'm like,
banter we have?
I think you're talking about Kale Porter. Oh, well, thanks for hosting the event. And then she walked off.
Oh, wow.
What a backhanded compliment.
Yeah. I had a guy at Red Square once tell me that he really enjoyed my set and that he thought it was great, and I was playing 2 hours after he'd already told me. That was good.
That's the standard, like, how when someone says, oh, you're sounding good, mate, you're sounding really good. And then you ask about what parts, and like, the other parts. So, yeah, it was a very interesting weekend with things like that happening. And then I had to interview Kathy Freeman, which was insane on Saturday. And she hates media and doesn't like doing interviews. But
what was that for?
She was, she's an ambassador for the Olympics.
Yeah.
So the first question I asked her was, did you do a nervous wee before running? And the crowd loved it. And she said yes. And that was the best thing to start the interview, because it just made
it went downhill from there.
Yeah, it was very good. So I always kind of stumble into these kind of awkward moments.
Wowza.
Yeah, it's pretty full on, hey?
Yeah, did you take the cymbal home?
Oh my God, that
You bloody should have
I
stolen
can
his
understand,
sticks. You
like
should have
it's other
stolen his
people's
sticks.
property.
Yeah, but it's not like you're up there playing a drum solo.
That's exactly what I didn't adjust the seat or anything. I hit the cymbal. Like, just relax, mate.
Well, at that time, at the Clips 500, when you were hosting the after race concert, and I jumped on the drum kit of one of the Spider Bait or some shit's band, and they were fine with it.
He did.
Yeah.
They were weird. They were weird times doing those. We used to MC the Clips of 500 and turn into Superloop, but because they were partners of the radio station, the person at Nova organising the promotions for it was like, "G'day, legends," and then he said, "Look, you can. There's no budget in this," and I've said, "Okay, cool. I just want to take my mates and we just want to have some drinks." We'll see. And then we've promised Adelaide 500 that we would have an MC, and then eventually, after so much negotiating, it would be, you can hang backstage and do this if you want. But then there was a time where, Andy, you were there with someone else, and I almost had to sneak you guys into the area. Because
To work for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was full on.
But I mean, like, you guys can profit your $40 million in a year anyway, so it's fine. So you can't afford $500? Come on, mate. Jesus.
This is one of the most anticipated quizzes that we have, the Back to the Future quiz. It's time to get into it on the Best Teammate podcast. Oh, Matt Burgess, it's over to you.
I'm up.
I love that you asked about an hour before the podcast started.
Yeah.
Am I hosting this week?
Yep.
So I look forward to these questions.
I hadn't written them, but
I have full faith in you.
yeah,
Let's do
thank
this.
you.
Wait a sec. Are you supposed to be hosting this?
Yeah, I won.
Yeah, you won.
I
Okay.
won. Yeah. So I wrote
Oh, yeah,
these
because you
over.
had the real morbid one about people dying.
I'm a million miners or something, wasn't there? Or, I wouldn't say that again. But no, it was such a bad quiz that we didn't know what was going on the whole time.
But I loved it. My wife listened to it and absolutely loved it.
Sorry, Gabs.
I catch my wife listening to the podcast sometimes, but I don't know whether she does it because I'm in the house and she wants to show that she listens.
Yeah.
But I think she actually enjoys it. Christopher listens, doesn't
Well,
he?
I mean,
He does.
the test would be how far through the podcast she is, because she could just be listening to the first 10 minutes, waiting for you to walk past and turning it off. But if it's a good way through, well, you know she's a lover.
We also need to give a shout out to one of your friends who's at, I think, Chibo Gawler.
Yes.
Give him a shout out because we've got a new listener.
Joe is a bloody legend. If you are near Gawler, go find him. He'll make you laugh. And he loves the podcast.
I think I say make you a latte.
Yeah, same.
He'll make you a latte too, but
Okay,
he'll make
good.
you laugh first. And he'll
Latte.
say something that's very
So can
inappropriate.
you bring
That's
some
kind of his
coffees
thing.
from there for the next podcast? Bring
Wow,
them from
that is
Gawler?
a big
Iced
drive.
coffees.
That's a great
Oh,
idea.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Going in the winter, that's great. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I will sort. Oh, God.
Okay.
No promises.
Into
Love
the
you,
quiz.
Joe.
Your buzzers are your first name, or Jared, you can say your nickname Walshy twice. So you'd be Andy, Walshy, Rosie.
Jared. Okay, yeah. I like-
Rosie.
Rosie. Andy. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, number one. The Olsen twins starred in which show?
Rosie.
Yeah.
Because no, you started saying the word.
Full House.
No, that's wrong. It's wrong because he started to say the word movie.
Oh,
did.
shit.
Is it?
Can I? Do you want me to finish the question?
Full House, the movie.
Yeah.
The Olsen twins starred in which movie starring Steve Guttenberg?
Jared.
Yes.
So Steve Guttenberg is on Police Academy.
Correct.
Is it Good Will Hunting?
No.
Is it Freaky Friday?
No.
Is it a film no one remembers because it was shit?
Oh, Sister Act 2.
No, it was in fact It Takes Two.
I was close. Yeah, you're pretty
Matt
close.
was holding two fingers up, and that's what Andy's got. Sister Act 2, great movie.
Sister Act.
Great movie.
Anyway,
Oh, happy day.
number two. Which fast food outlet had the Tower Burger?
Jared, KFC.
Yes.
I'm on now.
Okay.
Which recent box office blockbuster was filmed in SA?
Jared.
Rosie. Oh.
Jared.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Damn it.
What was the popular Mark Wahlberg movie that was turned into a Netflix?
Rosie.
Yes.
Ted.
Turned into a Netflix series.
Jared.
Yes.
Wahlburgers?
No.
Oh, damn.
What? Yeah, I know what it is, and I fucking can't think
Matt
of it right
just
now.
did a gun simulation.
Oh, Top Gun? No, it was in fact Shooter.
Oh, is that a Netflix series
It is
now?
now Netflix.
Oh, you didn't know that?
So.
I don't know that movie.
So
Go on.
movie, good movie.
Mark Wahlberg is always a Boston cop in every single
Correct.
thing he does. So I get confused.
He is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So we got Andy 0, Walshy 2, and Rosie 0.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Yeah, right.
Barbie Girl and Mr. Jones were famous songs by
Jared.
which
Aqua.
Yes.
3.
Yep.
Good counting. Which Australian swimmer defeated Japan on his own?
Jared, Andy Martin.
Come on. That was the one I said you had to get. Yeah.
Sorry.
Me, myself, and Irene starred.
Jared. So there were two main stars of that movie.
God.
I would like to say...
You can only guess one.
Yeah, and that would be Jim Carrey. And do you want me to give you the other one?
No.
Shit.
Me, myself, and Irene starred. Which actress in the leading role?
That's great. Can I help?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because I've got.
She looked like she sucked on
A lemon.
Wow.
a lemon.
Wow. Now I don't want to answer for. No,
Which one of my exes was that then?
Rosie.
Yeah.
Was it Jennifer Aniston?
No.
Can I help you out? Can I keep?
You know you can help me out.
You know that actress
Yeah.
that was stabbed, Reese.
Oh, Reese Witherspoon.
No, with a knife. That's not her.
No. It was singing the joke. Renee Zellweger was the one I was after.
All right, guys, we're running out of music here. So
3 questions to go.
Okay, quick.
There are how many installments of the Fast and Furious
Jared.
franchise?
8.
No.
Andy,
Yes.
9. The
Yes,
making.
Andy gets
Yes.
that one.
Okay, good.
I got 1 point, everyone.
All right.
Yeehaw.
Right behind you on 0.
Which superhero is referred to in every episode of Seinfeld?
Jared, Superman.
Yes.
So
Every episode?
There's a reference. Should we make the last question worth
Yes.
5 points so someone can win by answering
Because
the last
Jared
question?
doesn't want to write the question.
I'm fine to do it, but I just want. I mean, I'm doing my bit for charity here with you guys.
What was What was the original tagline for Pizza Hut?
Jared.
Oh. All I've got is a Luberbill jingle in my head.
It's good.
No.
So, Rosie.
Yeah.
Was it something about like the heart?
No.
Like under the
Think Donald Trump.
You're fired.
Pizza Hut. I'm fucking rich.
We're going to keep going around the crew. Donald Trump, Pizza Hut. I'm orange.
No.
Pizza Hut. Love a good crust.
What did he want to do to America? Fuck it.
Make pizza great again. No, that was
I'm going to give you
Obama.
that. It was Pizza Hut making it great.
Oh, well,
Easy.
that was great. Oh, man.
Shit. Wow. I mean, I win.
I need to sleep
with,
after that.
with a half an answer. Great.
Oh, my gosh. Congratulations. We've almost run out of time. Do we have any new merch that we need to talk about, Andy? Because there's a fair bit of merch floating around at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of us getting transferred across to Best Teammates from Best Team Men.
Aw, guys, I feel really guilty that you've had to go and spend all that money since I just injected myself into this podcast.
Can you say that again? You just injected yourself into the
Don't
podcast.
inject
I feel
yourself.
like the Shifty Lizard
Oh,
beer
man,
100%,
is
mate.
stronger than it
It's
says
it is so deceiving.
This is one standard drink. I feel like I've had 3.
You sound like it too.
Can we thank our sponsors while we're preparing for the jingle game, please, and take a breath?
Winners, champions, legends. South Australia is full of them, and their cabinets are full of trophies from Brighton Trophy Centre. For 23 years, their family-run business has celebrated victories with a wide range of engraved trophies, cups, plaques, glasses or mugs, honour boards, chopping boards, you name it. Whether in the office or in the field, they'll commemorate any achievement on any budget. Sporting clubs receive free engraving and logos on trophies too. Google Brighton Trophy Centre or visit them in store.
All right, best teammates, we all know that we feel better when we move, so an injury can be really difficult to deal with, not just physically but mentally. The philosophy of Mind in Movement Physio is designed to put you in the centre of your treatment journey and to give you back control. So together, we dive into a thorough assessment and highlight all aspects of your life that can affect how you feel. They then discuss how you can maximise your movement and function while stimulating your body to adapt and heal through active treatments. It's about highlighting what your body can do whilst implementing mindset changes and increasing your knowledge around living with an injury. All listeners of the Best Teammates podcast will receive 10% off their initial consults, so book online through mindinmovementphysio.com or call Steve Stavros. Steve the Pirate is a legend. He's got a beard. 0401 014 333. Talking all over this.
So radio breakfast,
I'm
isn't
so
it?
sorry, because I know Stavros came out and it's like, oh, I like the ads at the moment. I think Steve the Pirate likes your ad.
Oh, thanks, Steve. I like you.
Oh, okay. Jesus. Again, we've got the insert for the intro for the new
Insert. Wow. We're injecting and inserting. Jesus.
Let's go to the jingle game to finish off this round of best teammates.
The jingle, jingle, jingle game. The jingle game, jingle game. Jingle, jingle, jingle game. Jingle game, jingle game. Yeah.
We should give a huge congratulations to Andy Martin for the production on this podcast, by the way.
What do you mean? I spent 3 minutes on that.
But I tell you what, that 3 minutes, you still make what takes you 3 minutes sound spectacular and better than what's on all media around South Australia at the moment. Like,
I'll figure much.
So
I mean, I am an ACRA-nominated producer, so there you go.
Okay, well, that's where it kind of
The badge
turned
you're
to
wearing
shit.
says that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
I love hate this segment, guys. I love hate it.
Yeah, it is Rosie's favourite, you can tell.
I know.
Yeah.
Talk us through it, Matty. How did we get here?
So, Rosie's favourite segment is where Andy plays a jingle off of his computer, a completely random jingle, and we have to come up with some lyrics to it. And sell
It's really
something.
hit and miss, isn't it? It's inconsistent.
It is, because you never know what you're going to get.
Andy kind of saved the last one because he went with the whole yeehaw.
Yeah.
And I think that...
No, I didn't actually know there was going to be a country song. I don't listen.
no,
I'm actually
exactly.
downloading some now. I got no idea what they are.
But you doing that, it really helped because I think we just
the rest
need
of us
to,
was shit, is what he's saying.
we need to let loose and just do whatever. I'm like, we're putting too much pressure on ourselves.
Just feel it, guys. Just feel it.
Yeah, just feel it.
And also do the jingle game.
Eddie, sometimes your laugh changes from a real happy one to a...
It's because I'm nervous about what the reply could be and I'm doing something sexual. That's weird.
All right, who's first?
Walshy, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to go first.
All right. And how about the game? All right, here we go. I think this is what I downloaded.
Feels like a redemption song.
Yeah, I know, it does. It's building up to it right now. Thursday nights, it's the remix. Matty Burgess and Jared Rogers reunited once again. You can come and get 2-for-1 spirits and spin the wheel. Make sure you don't rock up because you know what? We want to stay consistent to the night. Rock up, don't do that. They played to no one. If you want more info, just call Shane Hogan, BIE.
Oh!
I just can't wait to see Jared Walsh.
That's a bit better. That's based on a true story.
Yeah, it was.
Have another beer.
All right, thanks.
Gull it. All right, who's up next?
Oh, I'll go.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I like this one.
At Andy's Books, we have books for all occasions. We have autobiographies. We have fiction. We have non-fiction. We have a book for every occasion. andysbooks.com.au.
That's good.
That's
I
really,
like that one.
that's
Yeah,
really good.
Autobiography.
It just makes my sound shit.
Just perfect.
You have a really lovely,
Soothing voice.
soothing
Yeah,
voice.
it's very,
Yeah.
very
You could do a sleep podcast.
Andy, when are we doing that?
What do you mean?
Sleep podcast.
Yeah, I'd
Where
like.
your voices send people to sleep.
Yeah,
No, cool.
I mean, I've got one now, but
Rosie, it's your turn.
Okay, give it to me.
what?
Song.
No comment on that one. All right, here we go. Hitting play.
Oh yes.
Chorizo.
You like the chorizo? How about the jamon? Ooh, you like the capsican? Come to Consuela's Mexican, where every second taco is free. Free. Consuela, she loves you and she loves the taco.
I mean, if there's any way to finish it off, that was probably it.
No, they've
You're up,
been
Andy.
they've been so good, these ones. I'm so envious.
Andy's up.
All right. Come on, Andy. All right, I've got no topic in my head right now, and I don't know what's going to come out.
Oh no, I came in with Mexican.
What is that?
On the show. Sport, port, MC, horny. Horny, MC, horny. Who wants to book an MC? Book a horny one.
Not again.
Book horny. hornyrosie.com.au. There you go.
No.
Now, I don't know if you know this.
No.
as I went, I had no idea what I was doing. And I just tried to pick something out of my head as I was talking.
Yeah.
And that's what happened there, guys.
You tried to intro this podcast at the end, which is really just thinking on your feet.
Well, that's what a stand-up comedian does. What they do is they start the comedy show with something, and then they'll end it with something in the same.
You're a bloody
really
professional.
package it right up.
Not only are you in the joke industry, you're also in the banana and carrot industry and the petrol industry.
Yep, and they all go together at once.
Guys, they were actually really good jingles.
And
Yeah, it was.
How are we feeling? Everyone okay?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
can someone drive me home?
Wow. We will see you guys. Oh, no, we won't. You know what? When people say on radios and podcasts, we'll see you next week, you
No,
won't. You know,
you'll hear us.
You hear us next week.
Yeah, you'll hear us next episode.
That's
right.
Whenever that is.
What number are we up to?
4.
When's our 100th?
A couple of weeks.
Okay.
I mean, like next year.
Yeah, I was gonna-
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a couple of weeks away. It depends what you do with yourself. It could be one sleep until that next episode. Who knows? So thanks, guys. We'll throw it over to Con and Lena at Brighton Trophy Centre. It's been fantastic. Follow us on the socials. We'll put the links up as well for Rosie's sleep out.
Mwah.
Be
Big love.
safe. Lunch, love to the family. Oh,
Lunch to your family.
See you later, it's Con.
Brought to you by the Brighton Trophy Centre. Cups, trophy, badges, medals. Yeah, we do it better. Best team, mates. DTC, BTM, BTS. Yeah. Best team, mates. Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Hi, Jeremy Cordeaux in the Court of Public Opinion. I'm just on air here to let you know that we'll be live streaming the Court of Public Opinion every Friday between 9 o'clock and 12 on jeremycordeaux.com. Please join us. We'd love to have you.